What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? Knock knock. Who's there? Oh, fuck. It's episode 32, bitches. Fulcrum is back. I can't tell if I want to be, but this is the 33rd episode ever going to be released. You know it, of Resident Bummer, the podcast that I can't seem to stop making. Fuck me. Health check currently at like a 9, Clothing check, it's gonna be like a well, it's not a number. I have to look down and see what I'm wearing. I'm wearing oh no, this is unfortunate. Since I'm, at the house today after work, I wasn't going anywhere. Currently wearing a t-shirt that says level 21 unlocked. It's got a little picture of a gaming controller on it. I don't believe I've ever worn this t-shirt outside of the house, thankfully, and I can wear it to make my parents happy because, of course, it was a gift from my parents. I'm going to try and talk a little quieter, just in case anyone's listening outside my door. Hopefully that's not the case. That would be really weird. Motivation check. I think I'm at like an 8, maybe 8.5. I don't know. Now it's time for the journal. Okay, on Friday, August 29th, set 32, day 1, 12:15 p.m. I wake up, I shit, shower, brush, and chill out on some Dungeons of Hinterberg and play a little bit of the Resident Evil 4 remake until I head into work. I think I played a very small amount of Bounty Hunter, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, and Goat Simulator. Then I get dressed when it's time for me to head into work. I drive into work. Anna and Richard are there to greet me. I clock in and I go to the bathroom. A question mark here on this next entry for the time. I clock out of work and I text a bunch with some people on some apps that I matched with. A bunch of them stop replying, obviously. It's really weird. Sometimes they just completely stop replying. I do play a lot of games, apparently, when I get home from work. I play some classic Resident Evil 4 to compare it to the original, or the remake, and I plan to play through both of them simultaneously. When I get to a save point in one game, I'm going to swap over to the other one. Or at least that's what I've been trying. It is kind of fun to spot the little differences in the games. Playing them like that. Britta texts me and asks if I want to hang out. I say I'm probably going to hang at home for the night. And I also mention that I'm home alone on Saturday. She says that she is down to hang at my place, which is tomorrow when I'm typing this journal entry. I sit in the voice channel in the Discord server the entire night. Nobody joins, but I'm very glad they don't, honestly. For some reason, I just don't like talking to people. Like, random people that I don't know over Discord, I guess, more than... I definitely don't mind just, meeting someone for a date, even though I guess I'm just a fucking weirdo. I don't know. Me and Britta's the only one who's given me a second date so far. So we will continue our search. I do match, I think, wait. Oh, okay. No, I already mentioned Goat Simulator. I play for a little bit of time until I realize there's nothing. Is it just Goat Simulator? Okay. So when I was playing Goat Simulator, I was looking for easy achievements. I guess it was in my journal, so I'll dive into it a little bit here. And then I realized that there were no easy achievements. So I deleted it. Yeah, it wasn't really that much of a deep dive. Match, I think, with some more people on some apps, dating apps. Friday was uneventful, if memory serves correctly, other than what I just highlighted in this audio session. I go to bed at some point, but I eat some chicken nuggets before I do. So, those are tasty, I believe. Some barbecue sauce, maybe. I don't know if you heard that. My father was coughing downstairs. We're moving on to the next day of entries. This is set 32, day 2. 2:30 p.m. I wake up, shit, brush, and swipe through some dating apps while laying in bed. At 3:30 p.m. eventually I get up and start playing some games. I play some Dungeons of Hinterberg, Resident Evil 4, Dredge, play a little bit of Dredge. I start installing games, Ni no Kuni and Blue Prince, after having them recommended to me in a random Discord server that I joined to try and get some. I definitely didn't join because of this, but I just joined because it's like an achievement hunting Discord server, and I was like, oh, maybe they'll have some the True Achievements Discord server. There you go. I'll name drop it for anybody who knows. If you know, you know. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I was fucking talking about before. Oh yeah, I was talking about why I joined, or what my goal is now. There's a section of the server where they give away free games sometimes, and I really want a free copy of Helldivers 2 for the Xbox. That would be so cool. But, beggars can't be choosers, so I definitely can't be spamming and saying, like, I want free shit. Just gotta be respectful, and be like, hey, I didn't win this time, darn it. Good job to the winners. You did it. Let's see. After this, I move some games around in my storage to hopefully sort it better. And then in my journal, I followed up here and I said, this is really riveting stuff that I'm putting into my journal, isn't it? That's what I remembered, so I wrote it down. I was also sitting in the voice channel the entire time, I think, while playing, and was moving my storage stuff around, chatting here and there with people that I matched with on apps, of course. Eventually I decide to hit the mall because my parents are out of the house for the day. They are catching a football game, so I'm alone with the dogs. I leave them home alone for a bit and go out to the mall. Sorry, I just got distracted there. I'll remember that for the edit. I'm actually going to take that really long pause out at 8:13. Xbox. Oh man, I didn't even turn off my Xbox. That's the first podcast I recorded while my Xbox is still on. Crazy. I usually just shut it off so that the fan isn't making any additional noise. But we're already here, so that's awesome. Yeah, eventually I decide to hit the mall. I shower, wash my sheets, and then I get to the mall to listen to some more Tupac. All Eyes on Me is the only album that I'd ever heard from him before my search on the previous Tuesday. I do grab a bench, and I enjoy this album a little bit more than any of his previous albums. I also can't figure out what I'm going to do when I finish updating my journal here. I remember I think I was at the mall listening to Tupac, and I had updated my journal to this point, and I currently have no more entries. Oh, I have a perfect addition here that I didn't actually write down in my journal. This will be a rare audio-only nugget. Britta texted me, and she was like, you know how we were supposed to hang out today? I actually am not able to hang out because my mom found out she might be going to prison for 6 years, so I've got to figure some stuff out on that front. And I was like, yeah, you should definitely prioritize that. Don't worry about like texting me or figuring out what's going on with me today. So I will let you tend to your own garden. Moving on to this is Monday, or excuse me, this is Sunday, I suppose. First up, set 32, day 3 and 4, because I'm a lazy journaler. Sunday, I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and play some games for a little while. And then I change and drive into work. I clock in and say hi to Benjamin and Bernard. For some reason, Benjamin starts talking like crazy to me about girls and the Resident Evil 4 remake, of course. I talk about some more matches I got, and he talks about his crazy, good-looking match on the application known as Down, if you've ever heard of that. I'm not going to comment any further on that app because I hate that app. Eventually I clock off and head home. I do, when I get home apparently I cry a lot, but I install some new games, so that's cool. I do some laundry and I clean my shoes. Then I sit in the voice channel until Jack asks if I want to join a different voice channel. For some reason, my initial thought is I don't really want to, and then I start crying because like that's my first initial thought, and it's like I don't know why. He's my friend, and I should want to hang out with him and his friends. Something in me is like I can't, and so I start crying, and then I get too tired from crying, so I fall asleep. And then I wake up and I send him a message. I was like, hey, sorry, I fell asleep in my room. I think I'm gonna be going to bed early tonight because I'm starting to get a little bit more tired still. Yeah, I grab a soda pop to help me get a caffeine crash going on. I want to make sure like I absolutely dump in the middle of the night, and I think I eat some cereal too, not at the same time. I have done that before, but I didn't do that this time. And then I play some Dungeons of Hinterberg, apparently. A bunch of new games that I should try playing tomorrow. I don't know if I do, I can't really remember, but we're moving on to Monday. This is Monday, September 1st, of course. 2:45 p.m. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I play a tad bit of Dungeons before going to work. I drive and clock in, say hi to Richard and Bernard, and then I start cooking some food. I don't enjoy work very much. Benjamin clocks in and asks about Resident Evil 4. I tell him I didn't really play a whole lot in between our sessions of talking about it. Eventually I clock out and I get home to try out some new games. Jusant is an okay game about like rock climbing and climbing up ladders sometimes. It's an okay game, but I don't think that I want to continue it. Lightyear Frontier is also strange, but I get some gamer score from it at least. Nice. I play some more Dungeons of Hinterberg, and I grab some fat gamer score over there as well. Oh man, moving on, I hop into bed pretty early to prepare for my... Excuse me, I just almost fucking bit my tongue off. I hop into bed pretty early to prepare for my mall day the following day and slap on some 30 Rock for watching while in bed. I realize that I need to update my journal to make substantially sized content for my thousands of viewers now. I guess we're over 1,000 views, so that's I'm fucking retarded. Also, I send a Scrubs GIF to a bunch of people that are not responding on the dating apps. It does not yield any results, unfortunately. I mean, it does for a little bit, and then the ones that did start responding, they just fuck off again. Great. Set 32, day 5. 11:25 p.m. I wake up, I shit, shower, brush, and text a bit with some matches and hop back into bed. Eventually I change and take the dogs on a walk. I text with Britta a little bit about her headache, and I think also her mom, probably. Eventually, I take the dogs on a walk, yeah. Okay, I get home and chill out on some dungeons. Wait, did I mention that okay, so I change my clothes that I woke up and changed into, and then I take the dogs on a walk. I get into my nice clothes for the walk, of course. I text with Britta a little bit about her headache. I get home and I chill out on some dungeons and some other games until I change again for the mall. I arrive, I park, and I pop in my one earbud to listen to some Tupac. I find my bench, start listening, and I swipe through the dating apps until I take off. I do find a few songs, more than, I think, 10, maybe 5 or more than 10. I don't know. I get home, chill around my house until my sister shows up with her son. They pick up fruit in our garden, in the backyard, and they eat it after washing it off, of course. My mother gets home, and I head back to my room after saying hello to her, play some more games. I sit in the voice channel as well while I'm doing that. At some point, I finish 30 Rock and start watching Modern Family. That's a big development. I swap shows, man. 30 Rock I would give, in its totality, like a 7.5 out of 10. Definitely would say that Alec Baldwin is a highlight. There's one other character. It's not Kenneth. It's not Liz. Oh, Jenna. Jenna's a pretty good character as well. Who else? I could have sworn there was one more person where it's like, this is a good character in this show. Donald Glover shows up in a couple episodes, so that's technically he's a couple characters on the show, I think. I start getting really, really tired really early on, and I sense that it's a bad idea to fall asleep that early. I did try and grab a Dr. Pepper to see how long I could stay up. It does keep me up a little bit longer, and I think I maybe play a game or watch more Modern Family until I go to bed. Set 32, day 6, of course, moving on. 8 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, then head back to bed and watch some Modern Family until, in my journal here, I was like, did I mention that I started Modern Family? I can't even remember. Yes, I did mention that. Eventually, I dress for work and drive in. I say hello to Benjamin and Bernard when I clock in. Then I get to work. Richard arrives shortly afterwards. I say hi and I get back to work until me and Richard take care of a special project during work. Let's just say it involves squirt guns. That's not even a joke. We did take out squirt guns and we were getting paid hourly to use squirt guns. That's all I'm going to say about that. I run outside and tell another girl that she's looking great, that she's pretty attractive. I've done it twice, I think. I don't like doing it. It gives me a weird feeling afterwards, but it's like, oh well, I didn't hurt them, and I also say it just as they're leaving, so they don't have to sit around with this creep in the store that just complimented how she looks. Richard tells me that some girl wants to work here, and he said that she would be just my type. This is intriguing. Richard is telling me about some girls. I leave work and head home. Text with some more matches, and also I plan to play some games with Britta. I do get a date set up for next Tuesday. That would be in like 4 or 5 days. I don't even know. I'm not gonna. It'd be 5 days. Silly. I ask if she's gonna bring a dog. I don't know if you heard my desk just entirely move right there, but that happened. Eventually I walk the dogs at some point. It's nice and cool out for them on this day, so they don't get overheated too quickly. I do some laundry when I get back, and then I get ready to play some games with Britta. She joins the voice channel, and we play some Fall Guys for a little bit. Eventually, we swap over to Fortnite until she gets tired and goes to bed. I stay up, keep watching some Modern Family, and then eventually I decide to sleep at a decent time, finally. Which brings us to set 32, day 7, the day that I'm currently existing within. 1:50 p.m., I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I hop into bed for some Modern Family. I do forget to mention that, or I forgot to mention at some point that I got out and pooped. Oh, yeah, in the shower. Okay, this is in the shower that I took the morning of. This is a momentous occasion. We're gonna have to really, talk about this. Thursday, September 4th. The morning shower of Thursday, September 4th, 2025. This was a brutal shower, you guys. About halfway through the shower, I realized that I had to poop again, so I get out of the shower and sit down on the toilet. I don't know if it's because I still had, I just, all of the soap in the entire world, sitting on my asshole and in between my ass cheeks. But when I shit, my asshole is just, I've had it before where I poop and, I don't know if it's a particularly acidic or perhaps a basic poop. I don't know what exactly the chemistry is behind it, but my asshole sometimes burns when I take a shit. It's not very often. It's probably every half a year, if I'm being honest. It's super infrequent, but when it happens, it's not great. But it's never been quite this bad. Not only is my waste completely liquid. There's not a solid drop in it. It just burns my fucking entire butthole on its way out. It's terrible. And I hop back into the shower immediately and I just start massaging my asshole to try and get the feeling to go away. But yeah, that little tangent is over. So, in my journal here, I have, seriously, it was pretty fucked up how agonizing that shit felt. I blasted it in the shower, as in I blasted my asshole afterwards in the shower. I didn't blast my shit in the shower, thankfully. Modern Family is also a pretty damn good show. Then I get dressed, and when the time comes, I take off from my place. I just smacked the desk. I don't know if you heard that. Eventually I clock into work, say hi to Anna and Hugo or Hurley. And Hugo or Hurley, actually, he usually doesn't work mornings, but he does today for some reason. 7:35 p.m. I clock off. I chat with some matches at work and afterwards. I already mentioned this, but I set that date up for next Tuesday. I'm also getting something else set up for that week. I think maybe on Wednesday or Friday, which is interesting, with another person entirely. Crazy. What's wrong with me? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't imagine this person that I'm meeting on Tuesday is going to care for me at all. She is 3 years older than me, and she's a teacher. She also seems like she's a lot more sociable, and she's not really looking for someone like me, but I also talk around, like I said, some plans with another person a little further away. I'm chatting with another person from that same area a little bit further away. I get home and I watch some Modern Family. Of course, I gotta record tonight. Can't forget. And then eventually I do read some Cole Protocol, my Halo book. I do read one chapter because one of the people that I'm chatting with on these apps, actually, I have her number, which is cool. She loves reading, and she reminded me. So I was like, okay, I'm probably going to have to come up with a name for this person. I could try and do it on the spot. I don't know. Maybe... How on the spot? I mean, I literally just started watching Modern Family a couple days ago, maybe a day or two ago. But I don't know. I could name her Claire. Okay, I said it, so it has to be. It has to be Claire. Me and Claire both love reading. Well, she probably loves it more than I do, because it sounds like she's reading a lot, typically. I've just read one chapter for the first time in I think a couple months at least. The chapter was written a little bit stranger than I remembered the author being, writing-wise. And I get sidetracked with some more chatting on the apps after I finish the chapter. No, I cannot get sidetracked. I have a podcast to record. Speaking of recording the podcast, I have to stop doing that now, and that was a timer that I forgot to turn off on my phone to record the podcast before I went to sleep. Great. I'm so fucking glad I didn't fucking cancel that timer out before I started recording this. It'd be a super professional thing to do. Anyway, after that, I'm going to move on to the outro. I'm still not doing outros, so until I feel the need to do them, which is likely going to be never, I'll just be doing a rating for this week. This week's rating was like 7, or maybe 7.5. There was some crying, but getting a lot of people to chat with too, which is nice. Which leaves me with one final, you know what's coming. Am I really making a podcast? Or am I just jerking off?